This is Optometrists Building Empires, and I'm your host, Ankit Patel. Each week, we'll explore the journey of practice ownership and leadership in optometry. Join us for insights and strategies from the top minds in our field. This show is sponsored by My Business Care Team. My Business Care Team helps your office increase revenues, reduce costs, and reduce staffing headaches. Let's build your empire together. Today's guest is someone I'm really excited to introduce you all to. She's a nationally recognized expert in specialty contact lenses and myopia management. She's the director of the Contact Lens Institute of Houston, which is a clinic she founded to provide advanced contact lens solutions for patients with complex eye conditions. She's a frequent lecturer at national and international conferences and proudly represents leading companies such as Bausch & Lomb, CooperVision, and Topcon. She's a medical co-editor of Review of Myopia Management. She is partner and optometrist at Bellaire Family Eye Care. Please welcome Dr. Ashley Tucker.
Oh,
Ashley, welcome.
thank you so much.
Awesome. So, you have a unique growth path that a lot of optometrists may be interested in, but they may not know how to get into it. So, what was the most important thing that helped you kind of grow your empire around contact lens, myopia management, and specializing there?
Yeah, so as a fourth-year optometry student, I was dead set on graduating, being done, not even considering a residency. And then one of my contact lens attendings just saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. Apparently I did something great in the contact lens clinic. And she recommended that I think about the contact lens residency anywhere, but specifically at UHCO where I graduated from. So I considered it and I got it. And I tell students to this day that that was the leading decision that I made that kind of catapulted my career in a direction that I really didn't see coming, with just specializing in cornea and contact lens.
Right. What, why go into starting a specialty clinic? Why do lecturing? Why not just say, okay, I'm just going to kind of tailor my fit to what I want to do? Why not practice for someone else? Like, help me understand the decisions that you made to do it on your own and build something more than just practicing.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a little bit more backstory. So after my residency, I started working for my now partner, who was also one of my externship site preceptors. So she had a binocular vision, really pediatric practice. I did a lot of vision therapy. And she asked me just at a random meeting that we reconnected at to come and start a specialty contact lens practice within her practice. So I was like, no way. Like, how can I do that with most of your patients are kids? I want to see specialty contact lens patients. That's all I thought I wanted to see. So I took a leap of faith and I did. So I was able to start specialty contact lenses from the ground up. But because it was a pediatric practice, it had a lot of potential myopia management patients there. So the practice took two different directions: specialty contact lenses and myopia management. So then eventually, once that part of the practice grew up to a point that was really lucrative, really profitable, I bought into that practice. I basically bought the part of the practice that I started. So there's three of us. So we have three owners, three partners within the practice.
Nice. That's amazing. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
And so what was it that, as you're growing that side of the business and growing into this, what is something you ran into you didn't expect? It could have been before you bought in, it could have been after you bought in. What were some of the things that were like unexpected?
Yeah, I thought it would be a lot harder to start the specialty contact lens practice than it actually was. Now, it wasn't easy. Don't get me wrong, but I started with zero. I mean, I didn't walk into a practice that had keratoconus patients, that had irregular cornea. I mean, it was really starting from ground zero. So just establishing a relationship with one corneal specialist in town made the world of a difference. So it took several years. I think at the 5-year mark, I really felt like I had launched. I really had created what I wanted. But establishing the relationship with one ophthalmologist that was open to being optometry friendly, open to allowing me to do the things that I could do to benefit his patients, which is what he calls putting the cherry on top. After he's done all the things that he can do for them, I fit them in these lenses and it changes their lives. So creating that synergistic relationship was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And then after that, is just word got around that, I'm a person that you can send your specialty contact lens patients to. So that, again, that was intimidating, but again, easier than I thought it would be.
Okay. That's actually um, encouraging to know, right? You just do the good work and then people
Right, and
come.
then the
Yeah,
patients
yeah,
come.
yeah. That's awesome. And was it the fact that what were you doing differently? Was it something unique in the market? Were there other people in your local area doing this? Like, what separated you from everyone else?
So at the time, I graduated, oh my gosh, 15 years ago. So at the time in Houston, of course there were specialty fitters, and I'm not here to say I'm the best specialty fitter in Houston, but I take a slightly different approach. I really feel like I get to know the patient. I spent a lot of time connecting and listening. That's the thing I heard over and over again. Like you're listening. A lot of doctors have a limited amount of time, so I made sure I set enough time aside, 45 minutes for these consults, for these fits, to really get to know the patients, get to know their needs, because a lot of them have complicated history. So I don't think I was necessarily fitting any differently or using any divine products. I just took the time to really get to know patients. And that's created this vibe in our office that people really appreciate.
Gotcha. And you said something really that caught my attention there. You 45 minutes to an hour per?
Yeah, yeah. In the beginning, I no longer set aside that much, but in the beginning, I had the time, so why not? But that paid dividends. Like I didn't have a lot of patients, so I was able to spend that time, but it created these lasting relationships, these super loyal patients, and our staff was a lot smaller back then, so it really was just me and a tech. Now we have 35 employees, 10 techs, multiple interns a semester. So I don't put aside as much time, but the patient still spends that much time in the practice. But we rotate between different team members, but the patient still feels very cared for and still feels like they're getting enough time with me.
Gotcha. Interesting. And so when you were building your practice like that, what made you want to continue to grow it, and what makes you want to still continue to grow it? Like, what drives you?
Yeah. The writing is on the wall with the competition that we have with all these online retailers, these entities that are providing a service but not providing care. There's definitely a difference there. So I knew that I wanted to differentiate myself to the point where our practice could it could excel beyond these deters in the market. So I knew we had to create something special in our practice. So reinventing ourselves constantly was important. So any chance that I get, I'm acquiring new equipment, I'm acquiring new lens products, I'm acquiring new sub services. So I initially started out with just doing specialty contact lenses, and that grew into doing a lot of orthokeratology, then grew into doing a lot of myopia management. So just making sure that your practice is offering something that these entities that are just providing services will allow your clinic to continue to grow and stand the test of time.
Gotcha. Okay, I like it. And what was it that what are some things that you're struggling with right now as a practice? Like, what do you all see with by doing all you're doing a lot of specialty care? Are there any challenges that you're hitting, whether it's insurance, reimbursements, cash pay, blending all that, or staffing? Talk to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, I would say a daily challenge and something I think about a lot is staff. It is so hard to find staff that they want to have a career of longevity. We want to create and we want in our office. I want to have staff that's there for a long time that patients can recognize and feel comfortable when they walk in the door and remember that was the same staff member as last year. We're constantly hearing, "Oh my gosh, you have a whole new front desk," or "You have a whole new this, whole new that," and that's not by design. That's just the type of staff members that are available. That it's very challenging, and just finding people that buy into the vibe that we want to have in our office as a loving, caring environment. It's hard to keep that going when you have staff turnover, and then when you have young staff that just tend to have a different mindset than what we have as. And I guess I'm not young anymore, so like it's I find it difficult to relate to the younger generation.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think you're not alone in your experiences there. I think a lot of folks, including ourselves, we've had a similar sort of conversation with that. It's like, we we finally now got to the point where, okay, we have some stability over the last couple of 2 or 3 years, but, that was a challenge too. I hear you because you're right. Well, one, healthcare, I think I read somewhere it's good if you get someone for 18 months in healthcare. Like, that's a good time frame. That's actually long, and so, most folks are, like, within 9, like, right around a year or right under a year is a turnover rate in most healthcare, so, I don't think you're alone in that, by the way.
No, of course not. And then I guess, insurance is always and reimbursement, that's always something that is evolving and changing and staying up to date and making sure we're coding and billing properly. I mean, that is a full-time job that I kind of take on with our billing specialist because I'm the one in the practice that has the most complicated billing with these specialty contact lenses. So we're constantly having to stay abreast of what's new. And unfortunately, it does change. All of a sudden the reimbursement's less and we have to figure out why. So that's tricky too.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, that, so tell me a little bit, if whatever you're willing to share with us. A lot of folks do myopia control as a cash pay service. How did can you, as deep as you wanna go, you feel comfortable with, talk to us about your business model around that and, like, what you're doing that might be unique or different or that might be helping the patient out, anything that the audience can learn from.
So myopia management officially is not covered by health insurance or vision insurance. That's a pretty easy conversation to just state that. But to explain that is a whole nother thing because parents don't understand. You're telling me that my child needs this, and that's the operative word. They need it, but my insurance won't cover it at all. And it's gut wrenching to say, unfortunately, not at this time. But our practice, offers these services as a cash pay entity. But here's the value. You're getting a doctor that specializes in myopia management that is dedicated to making sure your child progresses less than they would have had they not been in a program. You get a year supply of contact lenses. I have found that putting in a pair of glasses, one
Mm.
that's at low cost to us, but still very valuable to the family, makes the world of a difference because parents are like, oh, my kid also gets glasses. It makes them feel like everything is all encompassing in that global fee that I charge. They get a year's worth of services, as much insertion and removal training as they need to make sure their kid gets into the contact lenses appropriately. It's a concierge package. And most families really see the value in that. Some parents come twice a year for their biannual and for their annual. Other parents come 10 times a year. And you just have to meet them where they're at. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some when it comes to value for the practice. But for the most part, we're ending up on top. So to get back to your initial question, yeah, it's not covered by insurance, but I haven't found that to be much of a deterrent as long as we're selling the value before we talk about the price.
Gotcha. Okay. I actually like that a lot and making it all, done for you type solution, right? Like, you don't have to worry about anything here. I like that.
And that global fee helps. I know there's a whole pay for pay pay per service model. There's a subscription model. I've tried all of that. The global fee is clean. It's easy. It's palatable for most parents. They understand it's a one-time thing. It renews annually now, of course, but they don't have to worry about it during that year. Like I will take care of everything. You've paid once up front. I got it from here.
And I'm assuming you build in, like, "Oh, this person might be ortho K, so we gotta build in that into the price." That's all built into it. Do you charge different global fees, or is it just one flat for everyone?
I've done that in the past. I
Yeah.
charge more for orthokeratology than like, let's say soft contact lenses. But I found that parents were then deciding based on price. So now I have a flat fee for the soft contact lens option versus orthokeratology. And then I also make it a little fluid. If the kid does not do well in one, we can easily switch over to the other. So my fee allows me to be comfortable with doing literally whatever the child needs during that year.
That's interesting. I like that approach. I think the most common approach I've heard in what we do is the services are all inclusive for all exams and everything, and materials are whatever the material costs are for what they need. Yeah, that's interesting because I like that approach, though. I think patients would be more receptive to, "I don't have to worry about it. You can take care of me. You're the expert."
Yes, because
Yeah.
there's always the question, well, what if my kid doesn't like overnight lenses? What if my kid can't put the soft lenses in and out? And now I can easily say, it's okay. We will find a solution that works.
I like that. It's really patient centric. Cool. So, what is it that what's keeping you up at night right now in terms of the industry or your business? Like, what are some things that you're facing that are challenges that right now is like, hey, this is top of mind for me.
Yeah. So what irks me is the I'm going to take this script to Costco conversation that I have every single day. Sometimes I have the energy to say, you're not getting anything better at Costco than what we can offer. Like, yes, our optical is beautiful. It's a boutique style. So that's a little bit intimidating to some patients. But I'll say, look, we have products that are comparable in price, better quality than Costco. So sometimes I have the energy to have that back and forth dialogue. And other times I'm just so flabbergasted that I've spent 30 minutes, in this exam room, giving the patient all of my attention, refracting so well, meeting all of their needs, writing 5 prescriptions for everything they've asked for. And then they asked me to print it out. And I just don't have anything else to give. So that's what keeps me up at night. How to be more effective in communicating, letting patients know without sounding salesy, like
Mhm.
that's tough. Do you have any advice?
It's similar to, well, I don't know how good it is, but what I hear from other folks who speak and from our experience, um, the Costco ones are the toughest ones. Everyone else is like, okay, it's fine. Like there's a reason why we're in Costco. Costco's does such a good job of branding, and it's really tough to do that. So, it's just one of those things that, if you want to continue to come back to us, we'll continue to offer a superior level of care. What we've done is, um, we do prescribing from the chair like a lot of people, right? And we do a little more time. We'll do like speed scores as well as some other assessments that show like, oh, these are the nuances that you might experience that are different from what you hear versus there. But that's still a tough thing, right? And so I don't think there's an easy answer for sure. But I think that you're not alone facing that.
And I will say when I have it in me to really sit back down after I've already stood up and really give them a heart to heart, and this is why. And I would love to earn your business. I would love for you to allow us to make these glasses. I am honored to make these. So I use those kinds of words. And a lot of the time they're like, oh, I didn't realize, that you had glasses that were comparable to Costco or whatever. Most of the time it does land, but there are just times where I don't have the time anymore. And we've done the whole let's buzz an optician, have them come into the room and do the baton toss. That seems to be very, very effective. But we're in the heat of the summer where we are so busy, and I'll buzz the optician, they don't come. So then, because they're busy, they're on the floor. So there's no perfect model, but I think that is probably part of the key is doing the baton toss to the optician.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're closing instead of you.
Yeah. We just find that makes a good experience too. So, yeah. Um, well, cool. So let's shift gears a little bit. Instead of talking about some struggles, let's talk about what you're excited about. What is it that you're excited about, whether it's your own practice, your own future, or the industry in general, or both?
Sure. So we, touched on myopia management. I didn't know if you could tell by my enthusiasm. That is what I love. I've shifted from, I love specialty contact lenses. I love sclerals, and that's a huge part of my practice that'll never go away. But it's not evolving as quickly as myopia management is. And that's what truly excites me. There will never be a shortage of kids that are myopic that are going to be in need of our care. So the fact that standard of care is moving towards managing and not just treating myopia, there's endless possibility for practitioners to jump on this and let this be a practice builder. Let this be something that will create longevity in their practices. I mean, they can care from these kids from the time that they, need glasses up until adulthood, then caring for their kids. So that's truly what excites me, being able to play a real part in the success of these kids' lives and the trajectory of their vision. It's incredible.
It's awesome. Yeah, I think you're onto something with that too, because I was reading like there's a projection saying that half I may be misquoting this, but half the world's gonna be myopic in a few years.
Yeah, by
Like
the
in
year
10.
20.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't make that up. So I thought I heard that right.
That and we
But
are well on our way to that for sure. That's what the stats show.
yeah, and it's interesting because like, I'm curious, you hear all the things. I'm curious your perspective why that is. Just curious why it's becoming so prevalent.
Yeah, I mean, this is my own opinion, but I feel like it makes sense. We're living in a digital world. Like you and I probably, I can't speak for you, but probably didn't grow up in front of a screen as much as our kids are. Like we didn't have computers in schools like these kids have. We didn't have digital devices. Our entire world revolves around a phone or a computer. So that has to have played a major role in this massive shift towards myopia. No, I don't think anyone can convince me otherwise. The fact that kids aren't spending as much time outdoors, coupled with the screen time, that is a huge thing. We know outdoor time will prevent the onset of myopia. So kids that aren't spending time outside like they used to, like I spent all summer outside with my cousins, I
Yeah.
spent every weekend outside, and I played sports my whole life. So I just think things are different. And it's the environmental shifts in our kids' lives that are causing at least a part of this.
Yeah. No, and that's what I hear too, right? And I'm not a doctor by any means, but it's interesting just to hear about that. So, good news for the field is like, hey, there's a growing segment there. While glasses, contact lens sales might be staggered or dropping, there's a whole, in what some people consider more exciting, more interesting field that you can expand into. So it's exciting time for the field, and that's just one angle, right? There's dry eye, and there's all sorts of specialties, contacts that you had mentioned. Yeah, well, cool. Wow. So what? Let's talk a little bit about your journey to practice ownership and kind of the reasons why you made that leap. I'm curious. We talked about it briefly, but can you kind of dig into a little bit more about why it was important for you to be a practice owner versus just keep doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the I came to a crossroads, so I'll get you to that point. So, I had no intention of owning ever. Like, I was 100% happy being an associate doctor, making a very good living. I was on a great bonus schedule with my now partner. I was doing well, honestly. There was really no reason for me to purchase. But then one day, probably at that 5-year mark where things were going really well, I just started studying the numbers and thinking like, partnership was already ownership was always on the table. My partner now always put that on the table, and I just kept delaying it. And then it just clicked. Like, what? This doesn't make sense for me to be an associate doctor, um, making this kind of money for the practice, and not owning this portion of the practice. So again, it was a light bulb moment, but it was the best decision I ever made. Because at that point, I was the second partner in, so that I rounded up the trio that we are, and we have since doubled the practice. We've added 3 more doctors, our production and, our numbers have doubled since I bought in, so it was a fantastic investment for me, but it was scary. It was, I had to take out a massive loan. I didn't have any student loan debt. My parents were very gracious and allowed me to start life debt free, so I didn't know what debt looked like, so that was very scary to take that on, but I took a leap of faith and it was 100% worth it.
Nice. Well, yeah, that's it's really interesting. So if I'm hearing this right, you looked at the numbers and said, "Hey, this seems like a good opportunity." What about the internal dialogue? Like, tell us, like, "Hey, what were you thinking about? What was it like the struggle, like the emotional struggles behind it?" Because I think maybe some people might want to hear what you went through. Because
Yeah. I it's scary to now know that your salary is 100% dependent on what you produce, what your clinic does. When you're an associate, the pressure's off. Your boss is going to pay you. My partner actually told me there were times where I didn't pay myself early on so I could pay my team. That scared the mess out of me. Like, oh my gosh, what if we get into that position where, okay, let's say, let me say this. COVID. That was a fantastic example. I had just bought in the year before in 2019, 2020, here comes COVID. And it was true. The internal dialogue was yelling. It was like, what in the world were you thinking? Now you may not have a practice. You now have this massive loan, but thankfully everything worked out. But you say the internal dialogue. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth from being in a nice cushy position to now being stressed about every little aspect of everything. But I'm a big proponent of partnership. I can't imagine being the sole owner, and I think a lot of people will disagree with that, and that's fine. I just love having 2 wonderful partners to bounce things off of, to just have that sisterhood that we that we have as being partners, because it doesn't all fall on me. We split everything up, the duties of being the manager and partner of our practice. There- It, 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 It's beautiful. It really is. I wouldn't want to do it all alone.
Yeah, it's definitely tough.
Yeah,
So
I can't imagine. I really can't.
yeah, I couldn't either. My wife and I partnered together on our practices, so that's fun. But yeah, so thank you for sharing that, because I think a lot of times you see the end picture, but a lot of times people don't share like, oh, what was it in the moment? What was it? So I appreciate you sharing that.
Of course.
Uh, So let's shift gears just a little bit and tell me a little bit about an experience that formed you into who you are today. Could have been younger, high school, college, maybe more recently, a formative moment in your life. Can you share something that like that with the audience?
So that's a really good question. But I immediately thought about this experience with my dad. So when I was in college, I went to the University of Florida, go Gators. I was unsure of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go into some sort of medical profession. I thought maybe OBGYN, maybe podiatry. Oh my goodness, dentistry. I really had no idea. So somehow I ended up going to the eye doctor with my dad, and he was having a bout of optic neuritis, which in retrospect, that's very scary. That could have been the precursor to MS or something. But my dad had had a sudden loss of vision, but he went to his optometrist. I went with him, and his doctor was so patient, so kind, and I just had never had an experience with an eye doctor. I'd never actually been to the eye doctor, so that was my first like, okay, maybe optometry is where to go. So that's actually what catapulted me into thinking about optometry. Fast forward a few years from then, I was a second year in optometry school, went to um, the same doctor with my dad for just another visit. He was then diagnosed with a condition called keratoconus. And the doctor asked me as a second year student, he showed me the topography and he said, what do you think your dad had? By the grace of God, I knew that he had keratoconus, but then
Mhm.
he then subsequently put a contact lens on my dad and improved his vision from 2040 to 2015, which was my dad had tears pouring down his face. And I knew right then, like that's what I want to do. I want to have that impact on my patients. I want to be able to do something a little bit out of the norm. And so that really shifted everything. Having met him for the first time, diagnosing my dad with optic neuritis, then a few years later, treating his keratoconus, I was just amazed that an optometrist could have that much impact on someone's life.
Yeah, it's funny you share that story. I tell my team a few years ago we had someone they called a few offices. Their eyelid was droopy. They couldn't get him in. It was a Saturday, and our staff was like, "Yeah, we're busy, but we need to see you." Turns out they had an aneurysm in the back of their eye, and so they could have actually died if they waited till Monday. Don't know for sure if that would have been the case, but
But
it's
it could have been.
yeah, it
Yeah.
could have been. So it's just amazing how much people take it for granted. The optometrist.
Right. 100%.
That's a really cool story. I appreciate you sharing that. What is it that so tell us a little bit about what you like to do for fun, like like in your free time, your downtime, when yeah, if you have any.
If I have any, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Being a parent of two kids, they are competitive athletes. So my daughter plays competitive volleyball, my son plays competitive basketball. So most of my free time is with them and, supporting their dreams, which is a beautiful part of being a parent. But when I do get time to myself, I love to bike. So I have a stationary bike, I have, the famous Peloton, but I love to just get out on the road and just bike. It, it's freeing. It allows my mind to just be free, and it's wonderful. And my kids always want to tag along, but I kind of say, can mommy have this time just to go? I let them go sometimes, but I really I need that debrief whenever I can get it. Just riding my bike through my neighborhood. Honestly, I know that's kind of lame, but it means a lot to me. That 30 minutes to an hour, it's rejuvenating.
Yeah, it's something about that. I hear you. There's a couple things I do too like that. It's just I just need some time alone just to decompress. So.
I tell my kids I have run out of words for today. Let me go. Be quiet and let me gain some more words. I'll be back.
I like that. I'm going to use that one, by the way. So actually, I appreciate this. And if you want to learn more about you, or they want to ping you if they have questions about myopia control, especially contact lenses, your institute, how can they reach you?
Yeah, I just shoot me an email. Do you want me to just say it out loud or how?
Yeah, we will put it in the show notes too.
Sure. So it's Ashley, Ashley .w.tucker, Tucker, @gmail.com. Email me anytime. I'd be happy to chat.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And then we'll also include in there your company and your LinkedIn page. They can reach out to you a couple different ways.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, thank you again, Dr. Tucker, for being on the show.
Thank you. That was so fun. I can't believe the time is already over.
Yeah, it went by pretty quick. It was fun. And thank you, audience. If you learned anything, if you enjoyed it, please share the podcast or the YouTube channel with your friends and subscribe. And thank you again, Dr. Tucker, for being on the show. This has been another exciting episode of Optometrists Building Empires. See you next time. That's a wrap on another episode of Optometrists Building Empires. Thanks for joining. For show notes and more, visit buildingempires.live. This show is proudly sponsored by My Business Care Team. My Business Care Team was born out of staffing challenges my wife and I faced together, managing multiple optometry locations. We refined our approach at Classic Vision Care and now offer our expertise to others. If you're experiencing challenges with staffing and you'd like to set up a discovery call, we'd be happy to help you and connect you with the right resources. We'll see you next time.